Test 1, 2. What's going on, everyone? Steve here at the TheDjLab. Need to adjust my microphone a little bit here, get it out of camera. Hopefully I'm in focus. There we go. And of course, let me just do a double check on my phone, make sure I'm actually sounding okay, all that other fun stuff. Shit, we've got 12 people kicking in here right away. Good time to come on. So the news, for anyone who needs to know, is about the AlphaTheta XDJ-AZ, AlphaTheta, AlphaTheta. What's going on, B? Victor? Um, they put the 1.04 firmware back up on their website. So it's not new update, it was the newest update they did for October that they took down because they weren't sure if that update was actually causing issues. What's going on, Lewis? I can barely see over there, by the way. I need to look at my phone to see what's going on here. Oh, Levia. Sorry, buddy. I can't see that far away. And so yeah, they put the firmware back up, and the one thing the firmware addresses, people that were having issues stopping your recording when you're trying to record to your stick and you couldn't stop it, that firmware fixes that. The people who are having freezing and crashing issues, I kind of suspect, yeah, that firmware will fix the recording button, Frankie. Anyone else like myself that was having your crashing, freezing kind of issues, unfortunately, that update, that's why they took it down, because they were thinking maybe it was that. They weren't sure. But I guess now that, more people have got units, they're realizing maybe there was a bad batch. And I haven't had mine replaced yet. Still being worked on, probably like with elections and stuff in the States. I probably like, I don't want to say it slowed things down, but definitely the people in the States, their mind was in other places as they're thinking about the future of their country. And, there's a lot of talk between different news stations on what I call propaganda, because like the news, it's not like when I was a kid. News is very politically charged from both sides. And I just hope my friends in the States that are stressing out that, take a deep breath, use the power of thought, put your good energy out there. It's like you don't want to jinx yourself. You know what I mean? Don't jinx yourself and think this guy's going to do the worst. Even if he said it, you could still have some hope that he's a lot of hot air, talk a lot of shit. And now that the guy's going to be settling into the office again, that maybe he'll slow the fuck down and be okay. What's going on, Drew? Drew. Drew Sim in the house, friends. Whew, crazy bananas. So, Drew, I already told you last night about that link. So, Drew is one of the fortunate ones that he got his AZ. So far, so good. No issues, which is nice. And I will be given I have to send mine or take it back for them to start the replacement situation. I got to take mine back on Monday. And I have a wedding this weekend, so I was thinking I was going to make a bunch of content today with it before I get rid of it. And you're right, Drew, that you're right. You can just hit eject and pop your USB stick out. Yeah, there's another wedding. It's the third one. It's the last one for until like at least, I don't know. Her niece, I don't know. They haven't even got engaged yet, so I don't know when the next one is, but this is the last one. And I went out yesterday to go buy a tie because, well, I have a different shirt, the same jacket, same pants. I thought, Okay, I have a different shirt and I'll switch the tie up. So I bought a red tie based on the fact that, hey, if Donald Trump can wear a red tie and get away with all the shit that he's done, I should be able to wear a red tie and see what kind of superpowers it gives me. And so not only did I buy myself a tie, but I have a problem. You you guys who know me here, you know the problems I have. And sometimes I'll see a watch and I don't need another watch, just like I don't need another piece of DJ gear. And I'll see a watch that catches my eye and I'm like, you know what? I need to have that. And I've seen this a couple years ago online, but I never saw one in person to see the quality, right? What's going on, Toms? So, yeah, I like, let's see if we can, why won't this goddamn thing focus? There we go. I saw this yesterday and it's just a Timex. It's nothing ridiculous, but I like the look of it. It's got that Rolex date just kind of look about it, you know what I mean? Well, let's put it this way. They basically made a fake Rolex, right? They basically made a fake Rolex. So Tom's has a live set tonight. Are you streaming that online or anything? And you know Tom's, I don't know if you ever seen him in here, if you guys been in at the same time. I have another guy on here that's called the Raven Latvian. So it's interesting that I got two people from Latvia because honestly, until I've seen you guys, I didn't even know where the hell Latvia was. I don't even think I even heard of Latvia before, to be honest. I didn't pay a lot of attention in school when it came to geography. And I was going to say, Tom's, if you are going to stream the set, feel free to put your link in here somewhere so everyone can check you out. I've been lucky enough to hear a couple things that Tom's has actually produced himself, and the guy can produce. I know a lot of people tell me they can produce, and then I hear their shit, and I'm like, nah, they can produce better than me, but they're still not on like that pro level of producing music. It's nice to see someone that actually is in the music industry making music and like making a living off that shit. Because that's the dream for all of us, right? As if you could quit your day job and just DJ and produce, and that was how you're making your money. That's the dream, right? So my 24 friends are here, 27 now. Don't forget to double tap that like button if you can. Let me know that you appreciate the shit I do around here. Because like today especially, I have a whole bunch of things I have to do. I got so much shit. Laundry, dry cleaning things. I gotta get everything ready for tomorrow. Um, Straighten my place out because we're coming back here after the wedding tomorrow. Jesus Christ, what's going on here? Why did I lose my stream? Oh, I don't. So that's true. Is it just a single click? I thought you had the double tap. I didn't know it was a like unlike. So it's one tap. Is that why I only have 7 likes? Did everybody unlike me? The fuck just happened there? I did not see this message, Drew. Due to a handful of reported issues with the initial XDJ-AZ shipment to the USA as well as Asia, has decided to practice due diligence and test all of the AZ stock before shipping to retailers. Test has already begun, but due to the scale of the task, we do not have a current ETA. Well, that ain't good for business. I told everybody, get that fucking thing while you could. Didn't I say it? I said, like, if you see one, roll the dice because it's not that widespread and just get one. Drew, you're the smart guy. Drew didn't wait. He said, fuck it. And it paid off. And here's what's stupid, man. Like, the thing I don't understand is I thought I was like, after all the shit I did with it, I thought I was able to really reproduce the issue by plugging in a USB light into the thing and I would crash it. So that's what it seemed like. And it was doing it all the time. And then I tried it and it wasn't. So I don't know how they're going to test it because I've let this shit run for 16 hours. It was fine. And other times I use it within 30 minutes. It hangs up. It's super random. It's super, super random of what's going on. So I don't know. Frankie Schultz. Nice that you got a good deal too. Um, yeah, it could have gone either way. And you know what? Yeah, it's nice that they actually. I would expect of any company. I would even say that it was nice of them to do. Well, you didn't really say nice. So like you're glad they're transparent, right? You have to be. There was way too much shit going around the internet for them not to be able to have to address it. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, too, a lot of the shit that was going around the internet was because of the live stream I was doing and my shit crashed out. That didn't help. They were sharing that around. Then you had this guy in Montreal with his Instagram, which that video, he showed it crash and that fucking thing blew up like crazy. Sadly for this guy, his video blew up like crazy and he didn't make a dime on that either. I'd love nothing I'd love more than do a video that got me like a fucking million views or some shit and be it monetized video. I'd be laughing. I'd be laughing. Oh, so that was from Europe. Well, and probably they put that out because Europe is a much bigger market than US and Canada, right? Everyone's a fucking DJ over there. But so one of the things that's kind of sucks a little bit because I have to pack up the AZ. Um, Probably what I'm going to be doing because I'm going to have the space and the AZ won't be there. I will probably be hooking up the Prime 4 Plus, and I'm going to make some content on that because I've had like a good stretch of time playing around with the AZ. I haven't really been mixing and messing around on the Prime 4 Plus in a while, so it's going to feel a little bit fresh. I'm going to run some videos. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are still sitting on the fence between the two, and you're kind of wondering. And I'll just give you my overall user experience and what I think is. I can't even say what I think is better. I can only tell you what I think is better for different DJs, because I still do believe the Prime 4 Plus for a money making working DJ doing weddings, events, shit like that. I think it's got way more flexibility. And I myself personally, I've never had a dead end DJ thing crash on me. Like the Engine OS, maybe I'm just a lucky guy. I haven't really heard many people talk about crashes. It hasn't been some big widespread thing. And I do know like the engineers, I've talked to like some of the engineer guys and stuff, and they Engine DJ, like Dead and DJ, Newmark, the whole company of End Music, they do a lot of fucking testing. Not to say that AlphaTheta doesn't. I don't know what their testing procedure is. I've never really asked, and no one's ever really told me. But I do know for a fact that the other guys, um, this shit is tested, tested, tested. Like it goes through layers, man, before it ever comes into your hands. Like the one thing that they really, their biggest feature set that they say they have is reliability. And, you know, when you're looking at DJ software, hardware, anything, if you're playing in front of a bunch of people, I don't care what button you have, how you got things laid out, reliability is the number one feature that you need on your shit. Do not crash, don't fucking stutter, don't pause, nothing. You know, like, this is why, you know, some guys love turntables. And even on a turntable, a needle can fucking break, your record can skip. It's a risky situation. Risky. You got laid back Luke there playing in front of all these people on a phone with a little, you know, pro fucking controller thing. That's a risky move, dude. But hey, you're taking the risk. And then there's other DJs, they don't want to take any risk at all. They're like, I press and play and I'm dancing. That's it. I don't want to I don't want to touch anything. I don't want any chance that something's gonna fuck up on me. Because I imagine you're playing in front of 100,000 people or some shit. That's a whole nother level of anxiety. You really like James Hype when he says he's being risky. As much as I not his last set he did this California sunset fucking or sunrise mix thing. Gotta say, it was cool looking. This guy's very creative. Um, he does take some risks because the shit that he does with with the equipment, he's definitely putting it through its paces. You know what I mean? If something's gonna fuck up on a Pioneer piece of equipment, he'll be the guy to fuck it up. And we've seen that at Tomorrowland. He did something to the mixer and it fucking broke. And he blamed it, called it a piece of shit. And the truth is, James Hype, maybe, you know, you're going a little too hard. Like Pioneer things, Dead and DJ things, they've all had fader snap off, but you know, some guys, you watch some people, some things are literally user error because they're not meant to slam, and the guy's all fucking wired up on adrenaline and God knows what else might be in their system, and they're just beating up this thing like it owed the money. So I think even you could take the cheapest DJ system you could buy, and as long as you treat it fucking well, you put a deck saver on it so dirt doesn't get inside of it. You know what I mean? It'll probably last you forever. I've never seen a piece of DJ equipment fail that's been covered up and taken care of and not abused. There's just no reason for the shit just to break down. Kind of like cars. If you take care of it, you know, you don't drive the piss out of it, you're probably fine. You know what I mean? Do all your oil changes, replace your belts when they're supposed to, do your maintenance. DJ equipment, same thing. The only real maintenance you need to do with DJ equipment, maybe some like a fader glide fucking shit in the crossfader once in a while. Like I said, put a deck saver on it, uh, clean your shit. I see a lot of DJ equipment out there, especially for sale. That's the big beef, man. Someone's selling your shit and you want some crazy price for your old shit and you want me to buy the 5 inches of dust on it with it too. I tell people, like, how much money am I spending for the dust? Like, if you were to take the dust off it, will that bring the price down? It's weird. I bought in 1200s that look like a bag of shit. Stickers on them, all kinds of stuff. And I thought the stickers were on there to cover up scratches. Get them home, get the stickers off, clean them up, shine them up, and sell them for double the money because this guy was just too lazy to take a good picture and clean his shit. Fucking bananas. I'm trying to say there's been other issues with the engine, like the unit getting stuck in an update loop. And what's really interesting, like speaking of updates, they are the only ones that have on like over the air updates. So you can do it by USB, you can do it by Wi-Fi, or like by stick. So you can plug it into your computer. There's 3 different ways you can do that. Sometimes when they have these over the air stuck loop problems, because nobody really ever says like, oh, I was doing it by USB, I was doing it by this, doing it by that. If you're using like a shitty slow USB stick and it has a hiccup, maybe if your Wi-Fi has a hiccup, you just got to wonder, is it once again the problem on the unit or is it the way that you're doing it? That's just shit no one thinks of. They're like, my USB stick's good. I thought I had some relatively decent USB sticks like Kingston. Little known fact about Kingston USB sticks and their SD cards and everything. Did you know they buy their shit from SanDisk? They're buying like the memory chips off SanDisk that SanDisk doesn't say are up to par for them. They got like different grades. So they're buying the shit that, SanDisk is like, you know what? It's not really passing the speed test. So one Kingston stick, you could have 2 different Kingston sticks, run speed tests on them, and you might get different results. So what's going on, Jamie? I'm doing good. So you know what? First thing, super important for everything. Good quality USB stick is a must. Cables. I don't know how many fucking people that, the cable that came with your DJ equipment, the USB cable that came with it, don't assume it's the best cable that you can buy. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, I've had USB cables that actually made a difference. The last goddamn thing I would have ever thought of because it's like, well, it recognizes it. Just because it recognizes doesn't mean the cable's doing what it should do. On dead and DJ equipment, they come with a USB 3 cable. It looks different. The old ones work too, but this has like a bigger little house thing on the end. So if I'm doing an update, chances are if I have an Ethernet connection, I'm plugging my shit straight in. I'm going Ethernet when I can. Even my home computer, let me tell you, my MacBook Pro M1, it's an M1 Pro. And I'm paying for a gigabit connection, and all my shit is sitting here on Wi-Fi. The only thing not on Wi-Fi was my Xbox Series X, but my TV, everything's on fucking Wi-Fi. And I'm downloading shit. And then I just happen to plug in, I've seen dropped frames. Oh, my Alienware was plugged in as well too for doing live streams. When that thing fucked up on me and I was trying to live stream off my Mac and I'm dropping frames, like what the fuck? I do a speed test. I'm like, it seems okay. And when I plugged the Ethernet adapter USB in, I ran my speed test. I'm like, fuck me. I'm going 3 times the speed, almost 4 times the speed on Ethernet. So when you can do Ethernet, go ahead and do it. Wi-Fi is still not fucking as fast as it should be. And by the way, that new firmware for the AZ, it's not new firmware. Not like they did anything. It's just the old firmware, the old new firmware that they just put back up because they realized that wasn't the problem. and that was a firmware that was fixing the recording shit on your AZ. Is what I've heard. 14 likes, friends. Don't forget to hit the like, tap your screen or something. That would be helpful. Dilio, what's going on, buddy? Today is a very busy day. I probably shouldn't have come on because I have a bunch of things to do, but I did see in one of the groups that the this firmware update was happening again. Yeah, Frankie, exactly. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine, because the other thing that I would really appreciate from people, and I'm fucking so sick. People said to me one time about, oh, it's the begathon. When I put my PayPal link, friends, it's not a begathon. I'm not begging for shit. I'm just hoping to try to, if you haven't noticed by now, like just in the past few weeks, I've done way more live streams. I'm doing like 1, 2 live streams a day. I've been pumping out videos. I've been putting hours into it, and I don't have a day job. I don't have a night job. This is kind of the job. And so, beyond this, for making money, I do some Google 360 shit. I buy and sell some things. When I say some things, it's usually gear. I'm like hustling away, trying to, and I have some shit. Sometimes I'll just sell some random shit that I bought at like a secondhand store, and I've had sitting around for a while, and I just sell it. So I'm just hustling along, just kind of getting by here. And so my time, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm begging people. I just expect, if I'm going to put the extra time in and try to make this full time, the goal would be, honestly, is what I would like to do is, I'm more than willing, and I have the time to do it, to put 30 to 40 hours a week into this, between doing live streams, um, opening it up. So if you guys want to, someone needs to email me, and that happens all the time. People email me, hey man, I got a question. Can you make a video on this? Blah, blah, blah. And I do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is the community. This isn't the Steve Stone show. This is the TheDjLab, and all of you who watch it are part of it. And I'm just a guy kind of coordinating the shit, right? So if everyone puts in like $1, two, whatever you can afford, and not just like one time, like if we can make it a continuous thing where I don't need to get rich, I just need to justify the hours I'm going to put into the channel, and say, okay, I got paid like a job, and then I don't mind. I can't put in 40 hours a week into the stream. Like honestly, I can't even afford to put 10 hours into the stream and not get paid, because I'm running out of money. Not that I'm getting broke. I'm just saying about the future, and I need to put money away. I'm buying gear that I couldn't afford. Um, and just shit like that. I just need to figure out a way. It's either through YouTube, or I'm going to be doing my other streams. And Delio, see, 5 pounds, man. That's great. Yeah, I heard that, Starlight. Drew was just saying about that. And Drew, guess what? I have 1.01. I've got it. So, you know what? Maybe I wasn't supposed to say I have it. I don't know. But I've got it. So ultimately, I guess if you want to try it and had an issue, want to go back, I guess you could. Guess you could. But you didn't hear that from me, I guess. James, appreciate the donation, friend. Hey, I got a shout out to Frank Hunger from Germany, by the way, too. It's cool. I never even thought of this. I guess during a replay, Frank, he's over in Germany, didn't catch the live, and he saw the link and he still sent a couple of bucks. Fabio, aka Low Moral Fiber. Don't mean to like what do they call it, doxing someone. I don't know. It's not like I said your last name, but thanks for the small donation as well too. I appreciate that. Um, and you know, Drew, I think that they know that 1.04 is okay, and that's why they're not too concerned. Like, I really don't think the firmware fucked anything up because we had power management in the first one too. So I would really assume. Dilio, thanks, buddy. Just saw that come sliding through as well too. Um, oh, here we go. Here's a good question from Michael and Michael Z USA wants to know any luck with the RMX 1000 and AZ combo. Well, I haven't done it yet, and you know what? I'm gonna have to do that right today in amongst those shit I gotta do. So today I'm gonna hook up the RMX 1000 with the AZ while I still have it because I gotta give it back on Monday. And to do the whole, to get the ball rolling for my exchange. And I'm gonna hook up the RMX 1000 in my mind because I've done this before with an S11, and the S11 has no send return, but I had an auxiliary, right? So here's how I hooked it up. I just took my headphone jack, just like I'm doing with the DJS 1000 trick, right? Headphone jack into the input of the RMX 1000, taking that RMX 1000, and I brought it to the auxiliary. This time, I'm going to have to sacrifice one of my channels. Like one of my channels out of the four is going to have to be a line input, and I'll run it there. And it's going to be like if you ever use a zone mixer with the send return things, and I never knew this before. I was always getting phasing issues, and I was stupid. I didn't realize that I had to do this. It was just like that. That the RMX was coming through this channel and my main channel. So when I was bringing my send in, I had to turn down the source in order to not have phasing. So the same thing should apply to the AZ, that I can still use my Q button to select what source I want to use. But as soon as I select my source and I turn up the effect, I'm going to have to turn it down and turn it up. Now, what's interesting about that situation is by doing this, it's going to be really fun because not only am I going to have my RMX effects, but just like on the other systems, I'm still going to be able to I'm going to have a couple extra things. I'm going to be able to EQ my effect. I'm going to be able to use a color effect on the RMX effect. Plus, I could still use any of the AZ effects in combination with my RMX 1000 effects. You see? So that means, for instance, if I just want to affect just the mids and the highs and not the bass, I could. So with the S11, I couldn't necessarily do it like that. You know what I mean? That I couldn't do those tricks. So I think RMX 1000, the way I'm going to hook it up, is going to work pretty much similar. You're going to get all the same functionality as you would on an A9 or, for instance, an XZ, because a lot of you guys have an XZ. And with the XZ, you didn't have a return, so you had to do the same thing on the XZ. You're just taking a send and bringing it back into the extra channel. So yeah, thank you for reminding me because that I was like, what video am I supposed to make? And that was the one that I think is going to be a big video because everybody wants to see the RMX running with this thing. Because a lot of you guys already have one and you want to know, should you make the switch? And then next week, we're going to see me do a bunch of videos with the Denon DJ Prime 4. And with the Denon DJ Prime 4, I will probably do that same RMX trick to show you how to use. I think I even have it up. Do I have a video already? I do so many, I forget. I even think I have a video showing how to use the Prime 4 Plus with an RMX 1000. Pretty sure. I haven't tried the now plan to read the pro data on the AZ, but I'm pretty sure it should work because Beat Link Trigger works. I kind of forgot a little bit about the now playing one, to be honest, but I know Beat Link Trigger works fine. It's all ProLink, so if ProLink is talking to a CDJ, CDJ can talk to that. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't all work. Oh, Drew, so you tried it and you couldn't get it to work. Interesting. I'll have to see if I can play with that today. So luckily, I got a little extra time because Sabina's not coming here tonight because we have the wedding tomorrow. It did make sense to come here. She's got to go for a hair appointment in the morning, fuck around with all this shit. So she's going to stay home tonight, do her shit, get her hair done in the morning. I got the day to basically, make a couple of videos, get the laundry done, straighten the place out, prepare my suit, and then tomorrow I will leave. And I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I might not give this thing back Monday. Maybe I'll stall them out till Tuesday so that way Monday I can do a couple more videos just in case I get the time. I just fucking time's always slipping away. Always slipping away here. Oh God. I hate the fact I see we got 39 people watching. Do me the favor, hit that like button at the very least. Ways that you can support the channel. PayPal, obviously, is a great one. Keeps things going here. Sharing my stream out to your social media. When you're in these groups and you're in all these forums and stuff, sharing the stream out. And I know, I see the analytics. I know, man, there's a lot of people sharing my shit out. So that's really good. Sharing things out, commenting looks good. It keeps the algorithm happy, the chat rates, hitting the like, all kinds of ways that you can support things around here. And just a nice thing to do. I'm taking my time to do this. I'm not like working a regular job. And someone said to me, "Oh, go get a job." I'm like, you know what? I've had lots of jobs in my life. And right now, currently, with my dizziness and shit and my neck issues and all the fucking doctor's appointments I have to go to trying to figure out the goddamn mystery, I would have been fired a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, I'm either waking up sick or I don't know. What's going on, T-Buck? So yeah, anyone who tries to tell me get a job, guess what? I have a job. I am the goddamn content creator here at the TheDjLab. That's my job. I am tech support for fucking a lot of people. You know how many people are emailing or calling or messaging per day to like, hey dude, can I pick the brain? I got a question. Can you help me out with this? La 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 la. And there's even people that message me that I don't even really like. I know they're kind of haters. And at the end of the day, when they're fucked over, they'll still like, hey bro. Meanwhile, 3 years has gone by, and that's like, hey bro, not hey bro, how you doing? How's your girlfriend? How's your mom? How are things? No, just hey bro, I got a question. I wish I had $1 for every time someone said, hey bro, I got a question from some fucking guy from a million years ago that I don't talk to. And they only called me because they were so fucking desperate. Like, it almost makes them want to puke to actually message me. Makes them sick. And you know what? Anyone else would tell them to go fuck themselves. Me, I have a disease. I have this disease where I just want to help. I don't know why. I don't know why the fuck I want to help people. I don't even really like people that much, but for some fucking reason, there's something that's been in me since a child that just wants to be the helpful one and to make people better. I don't fucking know. Stupid. What's going on, Brandon? Hi, Pro. How everything? That's an interesting one. Hi, everything is written in some language that I don't recognize. I don't even know how that works. I don't even know how I do that. Fucking odd. Brandon, thanks, buddy. Shit, United States. Hope you're doing well down there. Any of my friends in the US, hopefully either one or two things. The person you voted for won, and if the person that you voted for lost, don't be too stressed out. I know it must be hard. It's hard for me to understand as a Canadian because we're not that political and patriotic up here. At least I'm not. Um, Best you can do is fake it till you make it. Pretend in your mind that the fucking guy will somehow life will be good. That things won't get shitty. Don't believe all the bullshit this guy said. Politicians talk a lot of shit during campaigns and promise this and promise that, and maybe they're promising shit you don't like. But honestly, think about it for a second. How many politicians really do what they say they're going to do? Like, it's a fucking real. Don't get too fucking stressed out. Don't get too fucking wired about it. And I'm watching the news here from Canada and I'm seeing talk show hosts crying. I'm seeing all kinds of crazy shit. It's like, you know what? The whole fucking your whole country's a goddamn soap opera, man. From a Canadian standpoint, it's like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Seriously. You're crying. You're acting like, the fucking bomb's gonna drop on her. Calling the guy, saying he's a dictator, this and that. I don't know. I don't know. Just chill. Chill, slow down, try and unite. United States of America, try to unite with each other and stop this bickering, like it's not going to do any good. Cry all you like on TV. Doesn't change the fact fucking guy won. The majority of the people down there um clearly liked what the guy had to say. Whether it was right or was wrong, I don't know. I don't understand. Could have been worse. The other person could have won, and you guys might be in a giant riot right now with a big, military coup or some civil war. Things could always be worse. Gary Coker. Holy fuck, Gary. It has been a long time, buddy. Still here in the lab, man. Still doing my shit. So AZ firmware is not new. It's just been put back up because obviously the people Alpha Theta, after extensive testing and checking things out, realized the firmware was not the problem. So I feel that, you're probably pretty safe. They wouldn't have put that firmware out there if it's gonna fuck your system. So safe to get it. I still believe if you want an AZ, you see one available to buy one. get one, because now we're seeing there are reports out of Europe that they're holding them back so they can test them. There's going to be some supply chain, some delays and shit. So get one if you can. And you know, if you're the wedding DJ, you're the corporate DJ, you're doing events, and you're looking at the AZ, I would suggest that maybe you take a peek at the Prime 4 Plus. I think it's probably a better fit for that kind of environment. This is not a war between, everyone's always thinking there's a war going on. There's no war between the companies. Pioneer DJ, AlphaTheta are the market leaders. And because it's the familiar stuff, you know, they innovate to a degree, nothing too crazy, kind of like Apple. They don't go too mental because, they're the market leader. They don't have to fucking experiment and try new shit. They have their loyal customers that like things a certain way. CDJs evolved at a slow pace for features because the big people who use them, they don't need. Carl Cox isn't going to make any more money if you make them better CDJs because he's used to what he's used to. Everyone's used to what they're doing. So, you got to work within some confines. And in music with Dead and DJ, Newmark and stuff, they can play it a little bit more on the risky side of things and try new things and make products and give us extra shit that the other guys don't necessarily. But like I said, I've never believed it to be like a fight between the two. It does feel like one product is designed for a certain group of people and another product is for someone else. Up to you to decide which one you think is best for you. And in some cases, take a guy like me, because they both are a little bit different and have different things about them. I kind of like to have both. I don't want to pick. I'm a guy that's got I think I got 85 watches now because I like variety. I got multiple computers. I'm just electronic hoarder, to be honest. That's kind of what part of my problem is. I love gear. I don't care what the name is. If it's something cool, it's cool. And it's like the watches, right? Like that watch there. For you guys that didn't see it yet, see if I can get a focus on this damn thing. Why is it not focusing? This lens is not the best for this shit. This lens is horrible. Like good for this, but my other lens that I got rid of was way better for flashing the watches. That watch, it wasn't stupid expensive. It's a Timex. I saw it and I kind of had to have it. Like my birthday's coming up, and I always buy myself a birthday present, which I generally buy before my birthday. So I kind of guess this was my birthday present to myself. I don't want to say that the XDJ-AZ was a birthday present to myself because there's no way I'd spend that much money on myself for my birthday. I'm not that crazy. I no joke. The truth is, XDJ-AZ, I didn't really buy it for me. I have 3000s. I have a V10. I had an A9 with another set of CDJ 3000s that I sold recently. I kind of bought it more for the channel and for you guys. I know it sounds fucking stupid, but that was really the intention. Because I thought no one cares about the rotary mixer. No one cares about 3000s much anymore. This is what everybody wants to look at. So maybe I should, and just to get a loaner for a couple of weeks isn't good enough. I need to own it so I can keep using it and do tips and tricks and hook things up to it and experiment and try shit so I can help you guys decide, if it's something that you want or not. And I don't get nothing. I have no affiliate program with anyone. I'm not working with any stores. You buy an XDJ-AZ, great. Uh, as long as you're happy and you're having fun, I'm happy. My goal in life, honestly, is just for people to enjoy their gear, have fun, go DJ for yourself, DJ for your friends, go make some money, whatever you want to do. I'm a pretty fucking simple guy. I believe I'm putting out good energy onto YouTube, and that good energy, it comes back. That's the sounds corny and stupid, but my life is relatively okay. A couple little aches and pains here and there, but overall, you know, I wake up every day. I'm surrounded by some cool shit. I got a bunch of cool people on my channel that I get to talk to, and made friends on YouTube. Fucking, I can't complain. Even though I do rant, you know what I mean. So don't get me wrong. I like to do my rants. Oh, kid, while I got you here, you got to open for Goldie. What? That's fucking crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy. That's big fucking news right there. Did you record your set? Did you like set fucking cameras and shit? Please tell me you did. I would love to hear that. Yeah, David Lambert. They love the rant. I did not buy an Opus Quad, by the way. Somebody wants me to say hi. You talk to a Canadian white guy, man. Your son's name, I don't even know how you pronounce it. Uh, I'm assuming Tamara is how I hey Tamara, but the son's name, hmm, I don't know if you pronounce the B. Is it a silent B? Gotta forgive my ignorance. I know English and swear words. That's the extent of my knowledge. And the last time someone had me do a shout out to their for someone, a birthday shout out, and I got fucking trolled hard. I didn't even realize it, man. It was, oh, I forget. I even forget the name, but it was like something my ass. And I just said it, and it wasn't until I watched the stream afterwards that I even clued in. Fuck, that was funny. So, hey, while you're here, speaking of rants, can I like just take 2 minutes of your time to rant about something that it's got nothing to do with DJ shit, and I just want everyone's opinion on what I should do about the situation. So, those who know knew that a couple of weeks ago I went to a wedding, and we went to London, Ontario. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, so this is a couple hours away on a via train. So we take a via train, we go to this place, and and I'm going to say the name because I don't give a fuck. The Ivy Spencer. Um, Let me just make sure I say it correctly here because I want to make sure they get their fucking they get their props. So the Ivy Spencer Conference Center, but is it the conference center? Mm, so, anyways, the manager, Sean Palmer, remember this guy? I was just talking to him today too. There's a room manager named Brittany Forte that I spoke with as well. The Ivy Spencer Leadership Center in London, Ontario. So this place is owned by Western University. It was like a girls' dormitory back in the day. They've done all kinds of renovations, expanded things, and it's this big conference center. They do weddings there. It's a hotel. Blah 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 blah. And me and my girlfriend went there, and the room was a little bit fucking like the whole end of that whole wing was very musty smelling, like fucking horrible. Allergies were getting crazy in there. It was clean, but musty. And the fucking air purifier that they had in the room wasn't working that good, obviously. And it was coated in dirt. So I cleaned the filter. And then when we got home, I talked to them about the, the fucking musty smell of my allergies. They gave 1 day's money back, which was good. That was great. But then 4 or 5 days later, all of a sudden, my girlfriend has bites all over her arms and her legs and her feet. And the only fucking thing that could be is bed bugs. Bed bugs, when they bite you, it can take up to 14 days for things to pop up. Right? So I fucking know. I know what it is. And because of her blood type, they like a type O more than anything else. I'm not type O, she is. Because saying, why don't I have bites? Well, she got bites, I don't. At least I don't think I have bites. And then I call them up. I tell them about the situation. They say they're going to send their fucking pest control guys to check it out. Of course, they call me back to be and send me the report. Oh, there's no evidence, no sign. Well, guess what? Unless you have a trained dog for that shit, visually, you might not find shit. Especially the room's been closed off for like, 3, 4 days, maybe 5 days at this point. There's no carbon monoxide, or is it carbon dioxide? Yeah, carbon dioxide. Like how these bugs know there's someone there, right? No one's breathing in the fucking room. They might have moved. They were hiding middle of the day. Who knows? They didn't find anything. Of course they weren't going to find nothing. They're not going to tell me, oh, yeah, we found bed bugs, right? So I was fucking on these guys, and I finally got to talk to the one chick. They took forever to get back to me. She tells me all this shit, and then I said, "How'd the manager call me?" This guy's sorry, sorry, sorry. We had it checked out. Unfortunately, you know, that's it. They're not going to do nothing more for me. Called the health department. It doesn't fall under the health department shit because it's not an environmental. There's no disease spread. It's just a nuisance. So there's no one to call. And I just told them, I said, hey, listen, I'm not saying you have them. I'm telling you, I was on a train. I hop in an Uber. I went to your place. I stayed there for like 3 days. And now we got bites. We took the train back. And the guy's like, well, maybe it was the train. I'm like, maybe it was the train. I said, but he goes, it could have been the Uber. I said, I live in Toronto. I hop in Ubers all the time. 50 years old, never had a bite on me. And ironically enough, just in the past couple days, don't I notice like some like bites on me? Don't, and I don't know because they're not clusters or anything. And I checked my place, I don't see anything here. So is it reaction to bed bugs from back then? I don't fucking know. And I just told these guys, I said, hey, the next people I might call, I even asked the guy, I said, you know what? How about I pay for my own pest guys to come in with a dog to pick a random room? We'll pick a random room and let them check because I fucking suspect the age of the place, the way the windows are, everything's a breeding ground for bed bugs there. You know what I mean? It's just because it's such an old building, like they're there. If they're there, you're not going to get them out. The place is too big. They'll just move from room to room. He wouldn't fucking do it. I said, you know what? I'm paying. You pick the day. I'll bring them out the dog. Well, don't you want to know? We did our guys. I'm like, your guys are a small company in Brantford that, you know what? Maybe someone's, you don't even know. Maybe someone over you has paid them to shut their mouth and never have a report. Because there's never been a report of bed bugs, but yet the guys have gone there on multiple occasions since, over the years to check for bed bugs. Like, why would you keep checking for bed bugs if you don't think you have them, or if there wasn't a report of? So I told him, you know what? I'll tell the story to the internet. I'm going to put it on Reddit. I'm going to put it on TripAdvisor. I'm going to put it on Google reviews. And I'm just going to write the story out and we'll let the people decide what they think. Now, where out of everything I did there, I ate in their dining room the whole time I was there, breakfasts and dinners and lunches. We didn't leave. The wedding was on premise. I sat in the hotel in their lobby areas and shit. I don't know, man. if you had to pick, where do you think the bites came from? What would you think? What seems to be the most logical? On the train where we have shoes, she's got boots on, she's got jeans on with boots up to her knees over the jeans with socks and everything else, and yet her legs got chewed up on the train? Or where we were in bed with, her in a little nightgown? Where do you think the bites happened? What seems like the most logical thing to my friends here on my channel? I don't know. In my opinion only, it sure in the fuck sounds like they came from their fucking place, right? That's what my guess would be. If I had to make a guess. Shout to suck my ass. A shout to suck my ass. That's the shout I wanted to give to that fucking guy today, man. Brandon wants to know the thoughts on the AZ versus a full CDJ setup. I currently have the S11 and 2 Ring 12 MK2s. I want a standalone unit. It depends, man. Like CDJs with an S11 without Serato is good. Just, it's a fun system. Um, it depends. I think personally, if you got CDJs already, buy an A9 if you want to be like club kind of standard guy and you don't want to use a laptop, or you sell your 3000s. Like, don't put 3000s with the AZ. I think it's just doesn't make any sense. It works, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's my story about the Ivy Spencer Leadership Center in London, Ontario. If you're ever up here in London, Ontario, that's probably not the place you'd want to stay. Yeah, Jamie. It sounds like the wedding venue, right? And that's why I told him. I said, you know what? Hey, I was trying to keep this shit quiet. I don't want to be the guy to disrupt a business where there's people. The staff was really nice. And they were so fucking nice to the point where they knew the place they're in is an old building and it's got fucking issues and they almost felt bad for you. That's how fucking they're compensating, the shittiness of the place by being extra fucking nice. These people didn't even want to work there either. You know what I mean? They don't want to fucking work this place. They know really what the problems are. So they had the opportunity. I said, hey, we ate the food that was included in our breakfast and shit. Deduct that off. The food was amazing, but the room was fucking bad. All they had to do, literally, was give one more day off, and I would have probably shut my mouth. Another couple $100, I would have shut up. Now, for $200, this Ivy Spencer Leadership Center is going to have me talk about their shit every fucking day on the internet. Google reviews. I will make up Gmail accounts to make new accounts. I will just spam the fuck. I will flood their shit with the story. I won't accuse them. I'm not gonna be talking shit, making things up. I'm just gonna the straight facts and let everyone understand here's the story, and they can make their own decisions. Blame Via Rail, blame the Uber driver if you want. Maybe it's Steve. Maybe I live in a fucking scuzzy dirt hole with bed bugs and I brought them. That's a possibility, I guess. But you gotta wonder, how come I've never had a bite like that in my life? And Sabina is like really hammered with them. They're quite a bit better now because time has passed. But fuck, crazy man. Yeah, if you come to Canada, give that venue that's a swerve. It's a big swerve. Just stay the fuck out of that. The fucking nanas. Hmm. So let me see what's going on here. Gotta look at the time. It's been like an hour. It's 2 o'clock. What do I got to do here? Feels like there's some people throwing some cash my way that it's kind of nice. Like fucking Lex, Gary's fucking thanks, Gary. So yeah, that's nice. It's just I'm telling you guys, it's really it doesn't take much. It's either a handful of people shoot 10 to 15 bucks, or it's a bunch of more people that shoot small amounts. But I would just expect, you know, if you're watching this, you're getting some value out of it, and you see that the other guys are pitching in money. Next time around, you be the one, you know, spread it around a little bit, give a thanks to them, because if it wasn't for the guys supporting the channel, I wouldn't even be here right now. We wouldn't be talking about the AZ. I wouldn't be telling you what to buy, what not to buy. I wouldn't be doing these videos on tips and tricks. YouTube doesn't pay great, man. Like maybe if you're like DJ Carlo, he's got huge fucking following and well edited videos, and he's doing his work. That's not easy to run that. This guy's working like a motherfucker. And here's what I don't know. Maybe he's big enough that he has a whole goddamn team of video editors and shit. I don't know what he does. Either way, he's killing it. And I get it. I'm never going to be that guy. So I'm never going to make the big giant YouTube money. And the day that I do hit the big giant YouTube money and I'm making that kind of dough, I'll be giving out fucking controllers and headphones and all kinds of shit. And right now, there is a thing. We are doing the raffle for a 12-inch skin for everyone who's pitched in a couple of bucks. The only thing I haven't really figured out yet, and I've been so busy, I haven't put any thought to it and talked to the guys at 12-inch skins to see what's the fairness, is I can't just give the guy who gave me $2 the same chance as the guy who gave me, say, 50 bucks. You know what I mean? It's got to be, for every so much money you get your name put in so many times. I think that's the fairest way that I could possibly do it. So that's what the plan is, and hopefully I'm thinking like, hopefully I'm trying to think of something beneficial for me, for the companies, for you guys, because for the people who do subscribe to the channel and pitch in the money and stuff, I do want to give back more than just my time and knowledge. I'd like to have something to, give you guys. And I got some ideas. Maybe make a little bit of swag, some merchandise, something cool. You know, Even if it's like, these companies are shooting me stickers and I can fucking mail sticker packs, or I don't know, shirts, something. Let me jump back in here. Any news about the new AZ? The only news I have currently is the fact I need to take it back Monday, and it's being worked on. get me another one. It's being worked on. That's the best I got. There's, when shit's crossing borders and stuff, it's difficult to give me like an exact on this day you're going to get it, right? There's some shit that's just out of the control of everyone that's involved. But here's all I care about, to be honest. Today is, oh wow, is it already? Is it already? November 8th. So it's like less than a month to my birthday. Birthday, December 7th. Don't think for a second that I'm not going to do a big birthday stream, because I'm going to expect gifts. You know what I mean? You know what I'm actually going to do? I did this last year and it was fucking cool. Drew was a big supporter of this. He's the one that put it over the top. And sadly, it's hidden behind my touchscreen. I have this cool digital EQ with the cool fucking lights and shit. I have to rearrange my place so it can be displayed and used a little bit more. But that's what all the guys on my YouTube channel pitched in towards to buy me for my birthday. So I think that's what I'll do this year. I'm going to try to find something that it was one of these things. I wanted one, but I wasn't going to spend the money on it. It was like 200 and some odd bucks. Not that it was crazy expensive, but the best birthday present is a thing that you wouldn't buy for yourself necessarily. So I'm going to look around and I'm going to find something cool and interesting for the channel that can be displayed on air all the time that I wouldn't probably buy for myself. And I'm not going to be saying like, hey, everybody buy me a Rolex or anything like that. But, I'm going to keep it within reason. So obviously I'm not bleeding anybody. And it's fun. You know what? When I was able to show people and my friends like, hey, look what I got from the subscribers on my YouTube channel for my birthday. They're like, really? Because you know what? Those fucking friends didn't get me shit. And I rub it in their face all the time. Friends that have money. And I tell them, I have strangers giving me money. And these same friends, I talk to them all the time. They take up my time. They take up my knowledge. I help out. But yet, it's weird, right? How you might help a stranger out, but you might not help your best friend out. It's an odd situation. And for any of my friends that might be my real life friends that are watching this, don't think for a second that I'm like sticking it to you or anything. I'm just kind of pointing out the irony, how it's odd how my friends don't even understand why you guys send me money. They don't get it because they just take it for granted that I happen to be sitting here all day and I'm available anytime the phone rings, I'm picking up. They don't really, I don't think they have the concept of the fact that my time's got some value, and you know what? I'll sit here all day if I can make enough money to justify sitting here. If I can't make enough money to justify sitting here, then I got to go out and make money elsewhere, and I wouldn't have the time to do this. It's pretty simple. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. I can never see my fucking screen. So I look at my phone. My phone doesn't update, so I'm always screwing around. I really need some monitor arms. There's a bunch of shit I need to do around here. Rearrange everything and set up a better live streaming corner with the top down view, and I can switch my cameras around and shit and do like Cleveland Terry. Cleveland Terry's stream, he's honestly my inspiration for my shit. He has such a good stream. I bought the A7 IV. Now, I didn't get the same lens he got, but I think this lens is fine. I don't have the expensive Shure mic. I do have the MV. I bought the expensive one while I rented it to try it out. And then I bought the little brother of it, MV7. And I was using that. And then I just happened to find this Hypercast Quad S at a secondhand store for 35 bucks. And I was going to buy it and flip it, but it lights up. It sounds pretty good. And I can tap to mute. There's things about it I kind of like. So it's got the shock mount thing. So far, it sounds about as good as the MV7. So maybe I'll sell the MV7, try to make a couple of bucks back, and keep this one. I don't know. We'll find out what I do in the future here. But anyways, yeah, his channel looks really good, and that's been my inspiration to have my stuff look as good as his stuff looks. And I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. Back there on that wall, I kind of want to put like some shelving to have all the gear sitting there that I'm not currently hooked up, because I'm trying to hook up everything at the same time, and that's impractical. You can't have all these different workstations. So I need to have like one main desk for the DJ shit, one main desk for the computers to do all the shit, and just have the gear that I can pull out, hook up when I want to make a video, and put away again. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And I gotta say, like I haven't done any real comparisons. I don't have an AZ anymore. But even the run against the V10, I don't know from the pro level of, does an AZ replace an A9 mixer wise? The point is, you're not going to take the AZ to the place and plug it into the big fucking concert system. You probably could, but you're likely not going to. The idea is you bought the AZ because you don't want to buy 3000s in the A9 to use at home, and you're going to use that shit at home. And when you can take your muscle memory from that shit, walk over to CDJ 3000s with an A9, and you're going to be able to play. What's going on, Gareth? So that's kind of where I think this thing's aimed at. I don't think it was aimed at walking it around into the clubs. I don't think it was meant to be, a bar install even. Could be, if you, especially like a small little place that has a couple of resident DJs that, they know very well. Sure. And you throw little parties, for instance, and you don't want to keep renting CDJ 3000s and an A9, and the group of friends that are always DJing your parties, and they're not beating up on the fucking thing, then I would say sure, it's good for that too. But I wouldn't want to be renting this thing out to random people that think they're on an A9 and start slamming the faders and shit around like they think they're on an A9, because they feel okay. They don't feel as good. The build quality, obviously, you can't build something. You can't take a $3,000 thing and make it the same quality as the $10,000 thing. You know what I mean? Just obvious. Because if they made it exactly like an A9 and exactly like CDJ 3000s, like, I mean, identical, well, they would put themselves out of business for selling the rest, right? And gear is overpriced. Yeah, the gear is probably a little bit overpriced, but fuck. Here in Canada, let's talk about overpriced shit. Subway sandwiches. If you know Canada, you guys got Subway in the States too, I guess. Two turkey foot-long subs with two balls of iced tea, $35 Canadian and 33 cents. I remember not that fucking long ago going down and getting a deal for say $25 for all of that. A couple of years ago. That's it. So prices of everything are like fucking jumping. Everything. Sadly, man, it's fucking the way of the world. So once again, like I always say, do you really need new DJ gear? You probably don't need it. You might want it. In some cases, if your old shit's broken, you need new gear. But you can always buy used gear. When new shit comes out, that means there's lots of used things. You know, a used XDJ-AZ for the right price. Let me just say, if I was listening to your mix and you were mixing on an AZ versus the XZ, I might not notice the difference. Now, if you're going to do a lot of four deck fucking looping and blah, 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 and all that extra shit, and you got access to all the Beatport shit, then, you know, maybe I might say that's the better mix. It's possible, but you can buy, you know, you could buy a lot of music for the price difference between an AZ and an XZ. You don't need Beatport streaming because you just go buy your tracks and hand select and not rely on, you know, everyone else's Beatport Top 100. So you decide to not to purchase the AZ or hold on to the ARC Stream rather. There won't be an SC7000. Like, no. So guys, let me hop in here on see if I'm all focused. Just realizing it's the strangest fucking thing. I have a bit of TMJ, right? If I'm like talking a whole fucking lot, my jaw will become inflamed. I just went and pop a fucking an Advil, and if I talk too much, it's like my back teeth start almost. It feels like they're longer, like they're hitting, which gives me the indication that I know I've been moving my jaw too much talking. So I'm gonna get off the stream here. Took the thing. Hopefully, inflammation goes down a little bit. I'm always scared about jaw and my neck issues and dizziness because I can't be fucking. I had this thing on Saturday, the wedding. I can't be dizzy. I can't wake up being messed up. It's always mental stress. Every time something important's coming up that I have to do, I'm just praying to the fucking the universe that I'm okay. I don't have a dizzy attack while I'm there. No vertigo attacks and shit. So yeah. Thanks to everyone for the support as usual. You guys are the best. I appreciate it. Everyone who hit the like button, everyone who watched, your time is valuable to me too. So you just being here watching sometimes is also some support in a way. Like having this nice little community here. And I will be back on Monday. Have yourselves an amazing weekend. Don't do anything foolish. And if you do, don't get caught. Well, I shouldn't say that. Anyways, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Thanks, Jamie. Give you guys I'm gonna let it run black here for a sec, give you guys opportunity to say goodbye to each other, shit like that. Anybody that's got that blue wrench, you want to post something, a link to one of your mixes or video or whatever you feel like promoting, feel free, man. I don't mind. Oh, one last thing too. If you're still kicking around here, you feel like throwing a couple of bucks into the mix, the link is right up there. Hit the like button, shoot a dollar or two, whatever you feel is cool. Keep this thing alive so we can make sure to keep the live stream public. Because I have been considering to make it a private thing for the small little community of people that I'm trying to grow, but I'm very happy just to keep it small as well too. And big supporters, by the way, I am working on the plan of doing a let me get this camera rolling again here. I am working on the idea, by the way, of doing like a weekly Zoom call with a handful of the big supporters and we can like exchange ideas and information and shit like that. Just keep that in mind. Talk to you soon.